Hi there, Brent here again. Welcome back to my living room. I wanted to make a video on the shorter side for you, and I want this to be on the subject of addiction and breaking addiction. So it's this has been kind of a sticky area for a lot of people, and that actually includes myself. Over my own years, I've come in and out with smoking cigarettes and weed, as well as drinking, just something that I've done a lot of. And lately, I've been entering into a place where it really seems that if I'm to proceed, if I'm to become the very best version of myself, if I'm to upgrade myself, then what's required is that I either eliminate or temper my addictions. And and so I've been doing this with some success over the last few months. And there has been one perspective that I've taken on that has really helped me, and more importantly, has helped a lot of people with breaking their addictions. So, what I'm going to share with you, I just want to preface this by saying that it's not a magic bullet. It's not something that's going to make your addictions go away today. It's not something that is going to 100% work. Instead, what this is a way of approaching your addiction in such a way that your success becomes much more within your control, as opposed to something that's not in your control. So this is what I would perhaps call the empowerment approach, in the sense that you are quite literally reclaiming your power over your sense of addiction. And here it is. Here's how this works. When we go into releasing something that we're addicted to, and it could be anything, as humans, we can be addicted to, of course, any sort of drug, any substance, food, any group of food, sugar, salt, flour, TV, internet, gaming, and so forth. And what we do is on some level, we realize that this is not serving us. It's not serving our health, and it's leaving us less well than we should be. And then we'll go through a phase of like, okay, I'm going to either cut down or I'm going to stop completely. And then there's a few days of success. There's a few days of it working. And then we enter into the messy middle, as some people call it, where it becomes quite difficult. And not only that, but abstaining from your addiction or the addictive substance requires energy. It requires effort. And we go into this sort of thought like, how can I do this? How can I get through this? Do I have the strength for this? Is something we'll say. Do I have the energy for this? Am I able to do this? And this is what I would say. This is an incorrect way of presenting the addiction, because it's not when we speak about it this way, we're speaking about it as if we need to clench up our muscles and to hold our energy nice and high in order to hold ourselves from giving in to taking the substance. So the new perspective that I want to introduce to you is that you look at not the thing that you're trying to stop for a moment, you put that aside, and instead look at what you are trying to escape by taking the substance. Because we're always focusing on how good the substance makes us feel. But in essentially every case, it's not so much that the substance is making us feel good, so much as it's inhibiting our ability to feel what's there, to feel what it feels like to be ourselves. And so that's a key difference. So you can look at this even before you attempt anything. You can look at there's always a moment right before you're about to smoke, ingest, turn on. If it's TV, it's like, that moment where you're about to sit down on your couch and turn it on, and it feels so good because you're about to just escape into TV or internet or game land. Take a split second just before you go in there and look not at how good it's about to feel, but look at how it feels now that you're trying to get away from, because that's the big clue. And what it is, what you're escaping from essentially, or what you're trying to erase or numb yourself to, is your own self. It's your own feelings. It's your own energies. It's something that's already there within you. And as we're aware, it doesn't necessarily go away when we take the addictive substance. It just blocks our ability to feel it. And when it blocks our ability to feel it, what happens to that feeling over time? Does it go away? Does it stay the same? Or does it get worse? It gets worse. Always. There's something in us. There's a mechanism that has enough intelligence to know that it needs to get louder and louder and louder in order to get your attention. So the way out, the perspective that will serve you towards being totally free of it, it's not throwing the substance away, throwing it all in the garbage and then gritting your teeth and waiting for the appropriate amount of time to pass, whereby you imagine you'll no longer crave it. It's actually staying relaxed and allowing yourself to feel what you've been avoiding through the addiction. It will be unpleasant, whatever it is. Otherwise, why were you taking drugs for it? It will be something that you won't want to experience, and it might be uncomfortable. And what this means is, if your willingness to break your addiction is strong enough, then this might mean that you'll need to be willing to experience discomfort. How important is it to you to be free of your addiction? Are you willing to experience discomfort for it? Because if you can get to a yes, then you're reclaiming power. It's not that it's going to be uncomfortable forever. Of course it's not. But being willing to experience the discomfort means, just in the definition of that choice, it means that you're now free to leave your addiction behind, because the addiction is there for people who are unwilling to experience discomfort. You see? That's why they're always procrastinating it. So, and even the discomfort, right? You don't even have to necessarily label it there like I just did. You can take the label off and just go into whatever that experience is. What is it? Just go into it. Where is it in the body? How strong is it? Oh, how does it move? Does it have a color? Is it dense and heavy and opaque, sitting in your heart? Or is it a jittery energy in your stomach or in your spine maybe? What this is, it's a call from your inner self into a sense of equilibrium. And if you're willing to experience it, you'll feel the energy kind of moving around, but it's finite. It has a life to it. It has a process. It has a point A and a point B. And then once you're done with point B, the episode can be done and you'll no longer need the addictive thing. You see, otherwise, even if you were to, say, give up one thing, you just transfer to another thing. That's how it works. We become addicted to this, and then we become addicted to that. But you can break the cycle by, just before you are about to partake in whatever that thing is, look at that feeling. It won't want to be looked at. It will resist. You will feel this no. It'll be a very strong no. And if you are willing to even just a second or 5 seconds, just look at that. There's the relief, there's the wave, there's the release. And then maybe you can experiment with some more, as much as you're able to. Just And it'll come up in different ways at different times of the day. You could be hardcore and go cold turkey and just stop it and just explore all the intense feelings that come up. Or you can just cut down gradually over time, just kind of like, getting your toe in it. Either way, the best part about this, and the part that I'll leave you with, is that every time you do this, every time you're willing, even for a single breath or a single second, to feel the feelings that you're running away from, the progress is permanent. And what I mean by that is that your spot is saved, so to speak, in video game jargon. You make progress, and you have that willingness to move outside of your comfort zone. That now becomes your comfort zone, and you get to keep that as the trappings of your venture into the unknown. So the more you're willing to do this, and the more you're willing to make it a regular thing, just to experiment with the feelings that you're running away from, that's the way out. So it's not easy, it's not necessarily fun, but it's simple, and it's doable, and it's healthy. And it's to be healthy and to be well is really just built into your system. It's not beyond you, it's definitely within your capability. Probably the most important thing, at least at this point, is willingness to experience discomfort. So I hope that was helpful for you. Would you kindly click like or subscribe, or both, if you feel like this was helpful for you, and if you feel like other people would benefit from hearing this? It would help me, and it would help a lot of other people as well. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you later. Bye.